Hello and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 872. It's going to be another Saturday night at the movies. Tonight's entire quiz was sent in by a viewer named Karen. Tonight we're going to do Southern movie trivia. This is 21 questions about movies that are all set in or their actors are from the Southern United States of America. You'll recognize a lot of these movies. Good luck. Question number 1, starring Burt Reynolds, Ronnie Cox, Ned Beatty, and Jon Voight. What was the title of the 1972 movie set in Georgia that featured an impromptu performance of the musical number Dueling Banjos? Dueling Banjos was featured on the movie Deliverance. Question number 2. Joel and Ethan Coen directed Oh Brother, Where Art Thou in 2000, starring Holly Hunter and what former Facts of Life actor as the male lead who leads two of his fellow escaped convicts on a search for a hidden treasure? That actor was George Clooney. Question number 3. Reese Witherspoon plays the character nicknamed Felony Melanie by a hometown chum. She charmed audiences in this 2002 movie about a New York fashion designer who came home to deal with her past. What was the title of this film, which was also a hit for the band Lynyrd Skynyrd? Both the song and the movie are called Sweet Home Alabama. Question number 4. In what 2003 film set during the Civil War does Jude Law star as a wounded soldier who becomes a deserter and begins a perilous journey home to North Carolina to find the woman that he loves? The answer is Cold Mountain. Question number 5. Written by Robert Harling, what popular 1989 film was based on the true story of his sister Susan, who was portrayed in this movie by Julia Roberts, and is set in a small town in Louisiana? That movie is called Steel Magnolias. Question number 6. What is the name of the classical film actress, one of the stars of Gone with the Wind, who died in 2020 in Paris at the age of 104, who was the last surviving member of the cast of this 1939 film? Her name was Olivia de Havilland. Question number 7. Filmed on location in places like Memphis and Nashville, Joaquin Phoenix portrayed what famous country singer in the 2005 movie Walk the Line, based on 2 autobiographies written by the Man in Black? The answer is Johnny Cash. Question number 8. Based on the 1964 murder of 3 civil rights workers in rural Mississippi, what was the title of the film that stars Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe as FBI agents who were sent to investigate their disappearance? That movie was called Mississippi Burning. Question number 9. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, starring Paul Newman as an alcoholic Brick Paulett and Elizabeth Taylor as his unhappy wife, was adapted from a play with the same title by what famous 20th century playwright and screenwriter? The answer is Tennessee Williams. Question number 10. They call me Mr. Tibbs is a memorable line spoken by actor Sidney Poitier to a small-town police chief played by Rod Steiger in what 1967 film set in rural Mississippi? That movie was called In the Heat of the Night. Question number 11. He won an Oscar for his role as a widowed lawyer in Depression-era Alabama. Atticus Finch was the character that was portrayed by what actor in the 1962 movie adaptation of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird? The answer is Gregory Peck. Question number 12. Kevin Spacey portrays Jim Williams, an antiques dealer in what 1997 film, directed by Clint Eastwood, who is charged with the murder of a male prostitute in Savannah, Georgia? That movie was called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Question number 13. This 1985 Steven Spielberg film featured Whoopi Goldberg in her breakthrough role as Celie Harris, and the story follows 40 years of her life. What is the title of this film that was nominated for 10 Academy Awards but did not win any? The answer is The Color Purple. Question 14. The film Loving portrays the story of a white construction worker named Richard Loving who falls in love with a local black woman named Mildred and their fight to be legally married in a southern state during the Civil Rights era. The 1967 Supreme Court case was Loving versus what state? That state was Virginia. Loving vs. Virginia. Question 15. The all-star cast also included Gene Hackman, Hal Holbrook, Jeanne Tripplehorn, and Gary Busey. This 1993 legal thriller was primarily filmed in Memphis, Tennessee, and starred Tom Cruise, and was based on what novel by popular writer John Grisham? The answer is The Firm. Question 16. Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte features this movie icon as an aging Southern woman who was suspected of decapitating her lover, who finds her sanity slipping away when her cousin Miriam comes to stay with her. That movie icon is Betty Davis. Question 17. Dr. Don Shirley, an African-American pianist, hires bouncer Tony Lip as a driver during his Deep South concert tour in 1962. The title of the film was based on what publication that was used by African Americans to find motels, restaurants, and gas stations that would serve them in the Jim Crow South? That publication and the movie was called Green Book. Question 18. What is the title of the 1977 movie featuring Burt Reynolds, Jerry Reed, and Sally Field that involved the bootlegging of Coors beer from Texarkana to Atlanta in 28 hours and made the Pontiac Trans Am sports car wildly popular? The answer is Smokey and the Bandit. Question 19. Starring Sissy Spacek in the title role, the 1980 film Coal Miner's Daughter follows the story of what country music icon, from her marriage at 13 to Mooney Lynn, to hit records and national tours? The Coal Miner's Daughter was Loretta Lynn. Question 20. Face it, girls, I'm older and I have more insurance is a favorite line from this 1991 film starring Kathy Bates as an unhappy housewife and Jessica Tandy as a resident of a local nursing home. What is the name of this film based on a novel by actress and writer Fannie Flagg? The answer is Fried Green Tomatoes. Alright, thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. That's it for today. Today's trivia, like I said at the beginning of this video, the entire trivia quiz was sent in by a viewer named Karen from Mississippi. She sent this in earlier this week or maybe the end of last week, but I wanted to save it for Saturday night at the movies. I thought it was a perfect one for that. I really enjoyed this quiz. I'm sure everybody else did too. You can let Karen know in the comments if you liked it. If you have any negative comments, you can keep those to yourself or just save them for on quizzes that I write, because I know you guys like to talk some smack on my quizzes. But don't do it on Karen's. I'm sure there's no reason to. I really thought that was a good quiz. I enjoyed playing it and I enjoyed making it. And Karen wanted me to give a shout out to her husband Bill. And she didn't specifically say this, but I'm assuming Bill is her Southern movie watching partner. So Bill, thank you for all your hard work sitting around and watching these movies with Karen so she could write such an excellent quiz. Thank you both. Thank you everybody who watched it. Here is question 21 for today, Southern Movie Trivia's Tiebreaker. Based on Alfred Urey's play of the same name, what 1989 film told the story of a 72-year-old wealthy Jewish woman, played by Jessica Tandy, and her reluctant acceptance of, and later deep friendship with, her black chauffeur, Hope Colburn, played by Morgan Freeman? The name of that film was Driving Miss Daisy. Alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you again, Karen and Bill. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.